On this soul train. You thought the darkness was your ally. You merely adopted it. I was born from it, so I don't run from it. Cause a winner don't quit on themselves.
I'm telling these tears going far away, far away. Oh, the last one burning to the
Hey y'all, it's your favorite black ass cousin back for another episode of Freedom. This is the official Conscious Kingdom podcast, and if this is your first time listening, please be sure to subscribe. And for everyone tuning in, be sure to like and comment and share so we can continue to get some good old listens and get that support that keeps us thriving. If you aren't familiar, this is powered by the brand Conscious Kingdom. If you would like more information, check out shopconsciouskingdom.com. Let's get started with the show. So the word of the week this week is diaspora. Some people say it diaspora. I don't really know, but that's what we're going to dive into today. So diaspora is a term that refers to a community of people who live outside their shared country of origin or ancestry, but maintain active connections with it. Oftentimes, they all have the same origin, but because of a lot of different factors, for us, of course, we know it was the transatlantic slave trade. But of course, as Black people, we all share that common heritage with one another. This is important specifically because of what is currently happening in Nigeria. As of right now, there is a huge protest movement going on to end SARS. SARS is the Special Anti-Robbery Squad, and they were put in place in Nigeria to protect citizens from armed robbers. Instead, they have been extorting, harassing, and attacking and even killing some of their own innocent citizens. They profile particularly youth and women, is what we're being told. So if you have a nice car, nice clothes, or for simply having an iPhone, they assume that you partake in fraud and engage in crime and you just like a scammer or something. So the actual SARS operatives will stop you, go through your phone, and force you to withdraw money from the ATM, all while physically attacking you, threatening to beat or kill you. They are known for blatant robbery while being backed and supported by the Nigerian government. So they are doing all of this and under the protection of the law. Unfortunately, on October 20th of 2020, just like with everything with this year, shit hit the fan. And unfortunately, the military went in and instead of using maybe hot water or even tear gas or even rubber bullets, the Nigerian military went straight to live ammunition against peaceful protesters whose only defense, y'all, was their signs and holding up the Nigerian flag. It is important for us to not lose sight of the connection that we have as the diaspora, as Black people. Okay. Across the diaspora, though, y'all, we are all connected. Whether we're in Nigeria, Jamaica, Brazil, honey, it doesn't matter. We are all connected because of our origin. Nigeria is a beautiful country. We as Black Americans, we partake in the beauties that are born from Nigeria all the time. We love their men and women. We love their style. We wear their prints. We listen to their music. We thrive and vibe to Afro beats. And we cannot fall into that world where we are pulling just the things that we enjoy from a culture, but not speaking up and supporting them when there are travesties in their country. That's what colonizers do. We're not that. We have to support our Nigerian brothers and sisters right now. Do your part in spreading the word, donate, support, and don't let this just be blown over. Because that's the sad thing about American news. Oftentimes, world news doesn't reach us. But we know as Black people, we are part of the diaspora. We are all connected. And it's time that we stand up for our Nigerian brothers and sisters, just as they did for us with the Black Lives Matter movement. It is a fight for all of us across this entire globe. So, if anything, if you can, make sure that you hashtag #EndSARS and support our brothers and sisters in Nigeria, because injustice for one is injustice for all. Hey y'all, y'all know what it is. It's another Mondays with Monty, and like we do each and every week, honey, we bring a new cousin around grandmama and them house for y'all to get to learn their story and get to know what they're all about. And this one is really important to me because, for one, first of all, y'all know I love good fashion, a good fashion show, honey. Like, I love me some fashion. And the thing that makes the fashion pop is the models. It's really all about the models. And for one, as Black women, we are the original models. We are the prototype. We set the trends. So when you can speak to a professional model, somebody that know what they doing, that can hit like bam, boom, bow, like give you a pose, give you that energy, is something that I've always admired. Because even with my own brand, if it wasn't for like my models, like bringing my creations to, like, it's literally my dreams manifested working with them. So I always have a huge respect for models. So I'm really excited to introduce y'all to our new cousin. Hey, cousin.
Hey.
So just tell everybody your name, where you're from, and how long you've been interested in how long you've just been in the industry.
Oh man. Okay, so my name is Jonique Bragg. I'm from Norfolk, Virginia. I'm 25. About to turn 26 in December. Shout out to all December babies. But yes, I just recently really got started with my actual journey of intentional, just intentional modeling.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been probably like a year, but I've been doing like hair shows, photo shoots every now and then for some years now. So it's been a journey. It's definitely been a journey.
I think it's so beautiful because everybody that know me knows my heart is the 757. I love the 757. I lived down there for several years. Had some of my best friendships there. Like, it's just, girl, that area.
Yes.
I love it. So that's so dope that knowing that you're from there. And then to know that it's kind of almost like you could really say this was your calling. Like you said, this wasn't something that you even intentionally started out doing,
Right.
but like, you're extremely amazing at it.
Yeah.
So just talk about that. Like, what really made you be like, you know what? Okay, I might have dibbled and dabbled, but let me actually dip my whole toe in there. Like, what was the
Yes.
catalyst, that thing that was like, let me just take the leap?
Graduating college. After I graduated college, just getting in my field, going to work every day, doing the same thing, and just like, it was just in the back of my head, like all the time. And it's just like, man, you're gonna do this for the rest of your life and be unhappy, or you might as well go ahead and go forth with this modeling thing, which is something that you love. But it was always something that I was intimidated by in the weirdest way, like, because I did the shows and stuff like that, but actually being intentional about it, the thought of actually being intentional was intimidating. So it was always something that I always played around with. But yeah, actually after graduating college and being in my field and just realizing that it wasn't something that was like fulfilling me, that really took it off for me.
Yeah, but that definitely. In itself, that takes courage. We live in a society that's like, you go to college, you get all the college debt, you get a job to pay your college debt, and you buy a house and you stay there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like everything is so like structured and cut. Like, if you're not doing this is not successful. So for one to go that route and then still be courageous enough to be like, well, you know what, this is what. And I love that you use the word intention, because that's the thing. It could be like, oh, it's so much there right now. Oh, I want to start a business. I can do hair. I like to do hair. And you're doing hair on the side, but it's like,
Just doing
until
it.
you put something with intention in there, it's so much
Yeah,
power in that. It's so much power.
absolutely.
How did your circle, like, your support system, those closest to you, how did they react when you were like, I want to model? Or they kind of already knew, like,
Yeah, that was like, especially because it's mostly my mom, my sister, and one of my closest friends. Like, it was just like, why not? Like, what was stopping you in the beginning? Like,
yeah,
why are you so scared? So
right.
it was definitely support all the way. Definitely, still is, still
That's
is.
beautiful. That's beautiful. Because
Yeah,
that makes a difference as well.
it
Like
definitely
we
does.
definitely need that army behind us because it helps.
Yes, man. Yes, because you get to thinking and thinking you're not capable and all of that stuff.
Hmm.
So definitely those words of encouragement, all of that, just knowing that somebody is behind you, even if you got it, you got it. But just to know that there's support there is definitely imperative, man. It's so necessary.
And you
It's so
mentioned
necessary.
a little bit about the intimidating factor of it all. That's one thing
Still,
about the fashion and modeling world. There are a lot of standards. Unfortunately, a lot of the standards are based on European standards, so it's not
yeah.
always friendly to our beautiful Black features.
Mhm.
And I mean, like, even like you're full, like, it's gorgeous, but I know that, based in that world, it might be like, oh, it's too this or not enough this or whatever. So how do you kind of battle all of those things? Like, what helps you to overcome?
I don't know if I overcome it yet, but it's
That's
definitely
real.
something that it's definitely something that I try not to let get in my mind too much, because a lot of the opportunities that I do want to go for, they'll be like 5'7" and or something, and I'm a smooth 5'3", and it's just like, okay, cool. You just kind of just keep it moving. That's how I do it. I just keep it moving. It's okay. You won't get a yes every time, but you
Right.
will. I mean, eventually. So yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. How has this journey been for you though? Because that's the thing about even with recording this podcast, like, the cameras are right here.
Yeah.
All of my like, it's like every little thing. Like, I've always had big eyes. Like, oh my God, my eyes so big. Oh, I got this little thing under my neck. Like, yeah, like, it's so easy
Yeah.
to, like, be so critical of yourself.
Yes.
What do you do to kind of keep that balance of, like, self-love and self-care, like,
Oh man.
when being entrenched in the modeling world?
Uh, I'm honestly praying and worshiping mostly, and just
That's
like
even
trying to
effort.
take that time out to just actually focus myself.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, every time I have to do anything dealing with modeling is a journey mentally. I'm just like, oh, here we go again. So honestly, just trying to like level myself, like, okay, relax. It's okay, you got this, girl. Just go for it, and just reaffirming and all of that. Just making sure that I know that this is something that if not, I'm going to do for the rest of my life. Is definitely something that's going to start that journey to the rest of my life. So just knowing that it's a part of my journey and actually going with that is definitely reassuring. It's reassuring.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You definitely have to stay rooted
Mhm.
in
Yeah.
just knowing who you are, because this world will tell
Yeah.
you what you are, that you aren't this or you aren't that. Like, so I'm glad
Mhm.
that you have a space that keeps you centered and focused, and you
Absolutely.
can, like, tune out the foolishness.
Yes,
Because
it's
regardless of
necessary.
anything, girl, at the end of the day, like, you have the talent. So regardless of whatever comes out, honey, that's something they
Yeah,
can never take away from you. Like,
absolutely.
and that's
That's a
on
fact.
period.
Yes.
That's on period.
Yeah.
But one thing that I love is that you have ventured into a world that I'm very familiar with, doing just a deep dive on your social media. You have dabbled
Yes.
into some hair shows. And
Yes.
one of
I
my
love
bestest friends, shout out to Sophia Ashanti, owner of Ashanti's Hair Studio in
it.
Norfolk. So definitely check her out. She's award-winning stylist, and that's who we get my locks together.
Yeah.
But she
Yes.
used to do hair shows all of the time, and
Yes.
me just being her friend again. You've seen how tall I am, sis. If nobody's nothing, nobody's model, but she will always just bring me in. But I think that's so dope that that's the world that you ventured in. So how did you get into that? Like, and what was your experience like? Because I loved it. It was so fun.
Oh yes, I love getting my hair done, the makeup, all of that, all of it. But a friend of mine, she's close to one of the stylists or one of the makeup artists that was looking for models, and she was like, "Oh, I think it's something that you would want to do." So I went to one of the auditions. This was probably like in 2011, I think, and ever since then, it was just like every year it was like, okay, when is it happening? What time?
Yes.
What day? I'm clearing my schedule. But yes, I just love the whole process of hair shows, like getting cute, having to walk on a runway and just, pump through all of that. I love it all. I love it all. But so the hairstylist, I think the makeup artist after that, she was looking for dancers and models. So we had to try out and all of that stuff. And once we was in for that, it was like a select group of people every year. And that's how it started.
Well, that is really dope because you absolutely commanded that stage. And that's one of the best parts for me. Like photo shoots and everything are cool, but it's nothing like that runway because you can edit photos, but it's something about the energy and that fierceness of yes.
I love
like pumping down the runway. So for you, like, what is that like? Like, how do you prepare? Because I know my heart. Girl, backstage, I would be shooketh. So, like, what is that like for you? How you tap into
it's
that
like boss transition mode? I go through, honestly. Yeah. Because I like to say I'm a pretty laid back, chill person, but
you really are, cousin. You really are.
But I feel like once it's time to like get on the actual runway and walk, it's like just do it. And then I don't know. I don't even know. I just go up there and just go.
I love that.
I know the times where we had to like dance and stuff like that, that was extreme. Or just random moments where I think about my heel getting caught or my, just random stuff like that. And I'm just like, all right, cool, you gotta relax, get your life together. But other than that, it's like a weird transition. And you just like go.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing that I really do love about runway and hair shows and all of that too. It really is kind of the best blend of all that is Black culture. It's music, it's theatrics, it's hair, it's makeup, it's fashion, it's creative directing. Like all of it is really, really dope. And that's a great way to meet a lot of other dope creatives in the field. Because that dope Black creatives in the field. Because that representation is important. What does that mean for you being a beautiful Black woman and with natural hair? What is that like? And what is the significance of it for you in being in the modeling industry?
Oh man. It's important. It's just like knowing who you are and standing in that and not letting anybody else shape you into whatever they trying to make. I don't even know. A lot of the times we are the beauty standard. So half the time they're coming back to us anyway. So whatever. But just knowing, like just having that confidence within, you definitely have to do a lot of mental preparation, all of that, just to actually, have that confidence and walk in that confidence that I am a Black woman and this is what I am supposed to be doing and I'm here and there's nothing nobody ever tell me that can change that. Yes. And also just going to an HBCU, I feel like that definitely helped change my perspective about Black excellence. Like just seeing Black people, actually doing great things. Like it definitely helped. With like my
and I'm sorry, what HBCU was that you went to?
Norfolk State University.
Okay, behold that green and gold, honey.
Yes, NSU.
Yes, NSU is a beautiful, beautiful place.
Yes, they need, yes. I love it. They need to go ahead and expand. I'm ready for them to be a bigger university because the campus is small, but yeah.
Yeah, in comparison, I do agree. But
Mm-hmm.
the vibe, the energy, that life
Yes,
force that is Norfolk State is
yes.
unmatched. How are
Love it.
you doing with everything? I know, because trust me, y'all's homecoming is on my rotation.
Yeah.
So the fact that everything is canceled, how has that been for you?
Oh, it's been weird because I was planning to go to like a lot of because I was in band, so I was planning to just see like all my old bandmates and my friends, well sisters, we call each other sisters and stuff like that. Just it's like dang, all the memories and stuff, the
Right.
experience, just that whole experience. Like it's just like dang, like I wonder what exactly are they gonna do because I know they're gonna do some virtual event,
Yeah, I've
but
been
it's
seeing
not gonna
that.
be the same. I don't know.
Honey, because it's nothing like being on that yard.
Yes, after the hotel gate, baby. Music, all of
Nothing
that.
like it.
Just
Oh
good
man.
times. Family reunion vibes.
Yes, absolutely. And it's guaranteed that we're gonna do the electric slide at least once.
At least one.
At least one.
Yeah. It's been weird though. This whole situation, COVID-19, 2020 as a whole has been different. It's
Yeah.
been unexpected. And it's just like trying to create a new norm and all of that has been like a little overwhelming. I have to remember a lot of times to just like step back and take that mental break because it's necessary. It's definitely necessary.
Absolutely. That's why I commend you because you've definitely still been putting in that work during this whole 2020. Like
You too,
man,
man.
girl, child. I'm trying, cousin. I'm trying, but trust me. So when I see it, I know that it takes effort and energy
Yeah.
and a real dedication. For you to still to be serving us these looks when I barely be wanting to put anything on. I don't think I just put jeans on for the first time in like months. So
Oh man, yeah. Every
like
now
I
and then I
love
gotta
it.
put some clothes on because I'm just like, oh. After a while, my brain, I can't take doing the same thing every day over and over and over again. I'm just like, oh God, I'm gonna go
Right.
crazy.
But you definitely have a very dope style for just you as like an individual. Like that's the thing that I love about your social media presence. It's not just like I'm a model. Like it's like no, like like you give your energy, like your individual dopeness. Who would you say is like your style inspiration?
Oh man, Tiana Taylor. I love Tiana Taylor.
Yes,
She's
and I
dope.
see that. I see that. Yeah.
Definitely Tiana Taylor. And I can't, I think it's like, I think her name is Jim A, JM Rose or something like that. She's a stylist, but she's like very comfortable, comfy, casual. I can't even remember her name. I know it's something Jim A Rose. I know it's
Okay.
something like that, but she's a stylist. She's so dope. She's just like very like, if I like it, I'm wearing it, and that's definitely my vibe.
Got you, got
That
you.
is
So how would you kind
definitely
of
my vibe.
like if you had to pick, let's say 3 or 4 words to describe like what your style is? Like, is it more like, girly, classy, tomboy? Like, how would you describe it
Uh,
if you had to pick some
yeah.
few words?
Um, classy. I would say classy because I do like to put on dress, dress it up a lot.
Mhm.
Um, I wouldn't say tomboyish, but definitely comfortable too. Cause
Yeah.
I gotta be comfortable. If I'm not comfortable, I don't even care. I just take it off of me. I don't even. Definitely comfortable. And what else? Classy, comfortable, and I don't know. I'm trying to think of the last one. I
I
don't
don't know.
know.
I would definitely say like fashion forward. Like you're definitely giving us the trends, but not in like a real like superficial way. Like I don't feel like
Yeah,
you wearing what's on the mannequin. It's like nah, like that's real
yeah,
style when it's like I can take pieces that are trendy,
yeah.
pieces that are vintage, pieces that are you know, all these different things and like styling
Create your
together.
own.
Right. Cause I really feel like
Yeah.
that's why your style is so dope, because it really is like, you can tell like, oh, she put that with that. Like, okay, she can dress. Like she just ain't like,
No,
she
that's how I was at that melanin garden
yeah.
event.
Yes.
Man, just seeing how everybody put their own little look together, it was dope. I Black people, just in general.
That's how I be feeling all the time. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
y'all just, I love us.
Yes, man. So
Yeah, so
dope.
speaking of the event, it was super, super fun. If y'all haven't already, please check out the Conscious Kingdom YouTube page, because there is a vlog and you can see some photos of what our cousin JoJo had on. She definitely was killing it. So make sure you check out the video. But what was that like for you? Like, how did you find out about it, and how did you feel about the overall experience?
I had just started following Style Hut DMV.
Mm-hmm.
And I had seen him posting about it, and I was like, man, that sounds like that'll be a dope event, because I'm trying to figure out, like, you know, different people, not even figure out, but just find different people to connect with, fruitful connections that'll actually be, you know, okay, yeah, this is something that's gonna go. I like this, yeah. But so I saw him posting about it, and I was just like, why not? You know, quarantine was over with and all of that, and then yeah, just being intentional, just trying to get out there and actually, you know, stand up to my fears of just having to talk to people and tell people about what I'm trying to do and all of that. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
So how was that working with so many different photographers? Or is
That
that
was
kind of
dope.
yeah.
That was dope. Just seeing how everybody how their brain operates and all of that, like that was dope. I think what was the most fulfilling for me was being around people who are on this journey of just trying to do what they love, and seeing that, you know, you have people here doing photography, people doing creative stylists, all that stuff. It was just, that was fulfilling for me, just being in that
Absolutely.
atmosphere, because it was like feeding that energy that I felt like was kind of depleted in a weird way with everything going on. So
Right.
yeah.
I definitely feel that. And I love that wording that you use, fruitful connection.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of, oh yeah, I do this, oh, I do this too. But it's
Yeah.
like, okay.
Yeah.
like what are we
Yeah,
really
fruit.
like what are we building? Like what can we do? And
Yeah.
I genuinely feel like every connection that I have made, I've been blessed to have, you know, several of y'all on my podcast and feature y'all. So for me, it's just been really, really dope. So
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
really excited to see just
He should
where everything goes for everybody. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I'm rooting for everybody.
Yes, I love that. I love that.
Truly, truly. And speaking of rooting, let us know, like, what can we look forward to? What do you see your modeling career, because I don't even want to just keep saying modeling, because I think overall you're a creative. Like, where do you see your creative journey taking you in the next you know, say 5, 10 years?
Man, I want to be in magazines. I want to be doing commercials. I want to be on billboards. I want to do a lot of stuff. In the next 5 years, I pray that I'm like gaining some type of financial income from this, from actually pursuing this in 5 years. 5 years, I pray that I'm just like flourishing. I don't even want to be in the 757 in 5 years doing this modeling stuff. So definitely connecting with a lot of at least not most, but at least give me like 3 top name brands like Savage Fenty, you know.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to be on Vogue,
Absolutely.
Vanity Fair, give me Essence. I just 5 years. I at least one big company.
The
And
fact
that's probably not even, that's the bare minimum probably, for real.
right. I feel like you selling yourself short, because you can do this. You can do this. Look, at the end of the day, this is the beauty of this podcast, this platform. Girl, I started my business not knowing none of that. I have been featured in a lot of the magazines that you named. It is not unattainable. It's not unattainable, sis.
Yeah.
I promise you that. Look, swear it on this little girl from Charles City. It's not unobtainable. Like
Yeah.
you are on the right path. And like you said, you are making the fruitful connections. And not only that, but you are being intentional
Yeah.
with your passions and the work and everything that you putting in. So girl, you gonna look back at this and be like, that's all I said.
Yeah.
Oh, I did that like 4 years ago.
Yes, I received that.
Like, yes, honey. I wish I'm sending you nothing but vibrations of abundance.
Yes,
Abundance.
thank you.
This, what you saying, that very, very obtainable, very obtainable.
Yes, yes. Thank you
So
so
I
much.
love that though. So you said Savage Fenty, which I've been
Yes.
loving their work. What are some other actual brands, like clothing brands, that you feel like I would slay that?
Oh man, I love Coach. I love
Okay, because
Coach.
they have Megan now, right? Megan the
Hmm.
Stallion.
And Michael B. Jordan, and I think they have. I think that's it as far as black people. I think that's it.
Yeah.
But definitely Coach. I like Coach. What's another brand? That I wanna do a campaign or something for Calvin Klein because I actually like Calvin Klein too. Um, H&M, kind of, sort of, not really, but definitely probably H&M too.
But they need more actual black models.
Yeah, but they had that situation with the yeah,
Oh, with the little boy and the
yeah, they did.
yeah. But that's why representation is
It's
important, because I feel
important.
like if another older black model had been there, they could
Yeah,
have been like,
that
no.
ain't that
Look,
ain't
they would have just been like, no, not that. Not on him. No, anybody else, not that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but it's like if he's the only one there and he's a child, like, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, and he's probably just excited to be doing like
Yeah,
a big boy photo shoot, you know?
as well too.
For those who don't know what we're referring to, because this was a couple years ago,
Oh yeah.
even though I love H&M, honey, them little pants, girl, that's my whole
Love
work
H&M.
wardrobe, okay? Them pants and them blazers.
Yeah, love H&M.
But a couple years ago, they had a young black model wearing a hoodie that said the coolest monkey.
Eight, but yeah, was it? Yeah, coolest monkey.
Yeah, coolest monkey in the jungle.
Mm-hmm.
We as a people know what that is rooted in.
Yeah.
It's racist. It's and it was intent. Like, I don't care what they say, H&M is a $1 billion company. That was not a mistake. That was something that someone at some level should have stopped. And it because of it, there was a boycott and all of those things.
Yeah.
And I mean, but sometimes, people gotta, people gotta mess up and get that slap on the wrist to
Yeah.
be like, okay,
Get it
get
right.
it together. Get it together. But speaking of that situation, I mean, for you, if you're ever, in that situation or in that scenario, how do you think that you would handle it? If they're like, oh, we want you to wear this, girl, I get so
You
many
know
racist
what's
things,
crazy?
I can't even think.
I was thinking about something kind of similar to that because I was listening to Dave Chappelle, and he had walked away from his whole show or whatever. He said
$60 million. Yes.
yeah, he was doing a skit, and he said they were doing like a white face fairy or something like that. And he said somebody had laughed, and it made him uncomfortable. He was like, after that, he was just like he couldn't do it. And I was just like, man, I don't even know how I would handle a situation like that. I feel like I would probably, like, afterwards, I'm the type of person that's afterwards, I would probably say something. I'm not the type of person that'll be like right then and there, like, which I need to fix because it can be very, like, can be vital. But I'm the type of person that'll probably handle it afterwards and probably, take the proper steps afterwards. So I don't know, it's kind of bad.
No, it's not bad though, because I think too, if we're on a job, or if we're in we're in a creative mode, like, we're talent at the end of the day. So if
Yeah.
we're in, like, there has been times where I've had to go back in an interview and be like, wait, what
Yeah.
did you say? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like when we're in our mode, focused on our passions, I
Yeah.
understand that it's like sometimes it doesn't always click to be like, oh, this is the time that I need to like, put my
Yeah.
revolutionary hat on. As
Yeah.
women, as black
Yeah.
women, we wear so many hats all the time. And it's like it's hard to be creative when you're on the defense. But
Mhm.
that's why I never take, like, people always like, I can't believe that little black boy put that on. It's like,
Yeah, it's kind of like,
that's
you don't
not,
know the story.
yeah, like I see like, because if people are like, well, what about his parents? I don't
Yeah,
know
I
his
was about to
parents.
say his parents. Yeah.
Yeah, but we don't know. I mean, we don't know. They could have been in the same vibe of like, oh my God, my son is doing this for H&M. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
I
um,
know. I know. With me, depending on how crazy, I probably would speak up in the actual moment. Like if I
right,
feel like it's just completely like to the left, I'm just like, no, I'm not doing that. But probably, definitely probably afterwards. Yeah.
yeah. I think that that's good though. Before, after, during.
As long as you speak up.
Right. I feel like as long as it's very clear that you are very focused on the type of work that you want to do.
Yeah.
And like you said, the word of this whole interview is just intention. Um,
Yes.
and with that intention, what would you say to, because there are, especially with social media and the apps and
Yeah.
all the things that come with social media, it's an emphasis on models and creatives and the fashion industry as a whole. What would you say to younger people who are aspiring to get into this? What are some words of advice, or some encouragement that you would give to them? Because it is a lot of pressure, and it's
Yeah.
a lot of judgment and critiques that come along with it. So, what advice would you give to them?
Um, Something that sticks out is something that my aunt always tell me is if you go slow, you can go some more, but if you go fast, you won't last. Cause everything is so like, with social media, you literally click on something and it's right there at your fingertips. So just knowing that it takes time, like greatness takes time. It takes time.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I know I get impatient with my journey sometimes. And just knowing like, man, knowing yourself before trying to jump out, I guess, in a sense, just knowing your self-worth, like where you are mentally, what you can do and what you can't do, what is too much for you, what's too heavy, and what you actually can handle. I think that's necessary. Yeah, patience is a virtue, all of that stuff. Definitely.
Well, listen, shout out to the black aunties in the world who be dropping gems on our lives. Because that right
Yes.
there, I love that. I love that. Yes, auntie.
Yes.
I love that. If you go slow, you can go some more. Because this is such a microwave society now.
Yes, absolutely.
And,
Everything.
and I love that you said that, because it's like, oh my God, I did my photo shoot. I posted my pictures. I should be viral, right?
Mm-hmm. It
No.
takes more than that.
Like, no, not necessarily.
Yeah.
Like, and I love that too, because it's like there are often pressures, especially for women who are
Mm-hmm.
in that creative space. Is like, well, if you just show a little this,
Yes,
if you do
yes,
this, like
knowing.
it's all of that might not necessarily be what a woman is comfortable with.
Yes,
You know what I
absolutely.
mean?
Knowing what you can and cannot handle is
Right.
necessary.
Yeah.
Yes, necessary.
Have you ever had any situations like that where somebody was like, "Oh, girl, if you just show
Yeah.
a little cheek."
I did, and I didn't. Was not going for it. It was a straight no. Now that is so maybe the whole racist thing. I might just speak up when I need to, because it was definitely a straight no, and it was like, no, I'm not doing that. Cancel, and we kept it moving. So, but other than that, I never had any other situations since then. No.
Yeah. But the fact that it would even be like, I look forward to the day that women aren't exploited in
Yeah.
that way. It's like, trust me, honey, I
Yeah.
know the cheeks look good, but they don't have to be exposed to
They
me.
don't have to. Yeah.
Unless you want to expose them, sis, because again, ain't no shame. Do your thing. Just make sure you ahead of the game. And Missy,
Right. It's something that you want to do.
right.
Because
Missy told us that a long time ago.
Yes. Yes.
Definitely enjoyed this time with you today, cousin. Give everybody your information so if they want to follow you, they can see all the dopeness that we were referring to.
Yes.
And you know, if they're interested in booking you for some things, like just let everybody know where they can find you on all the social medias.
Oh man, I only have Instagram.
Girl, that's all you need.
So my Instagram is bragging on Joe. BRAGGING on Joe, no E underscore. And to book me, it'll be my email address, which is braggingonjoe2@gmail.com.
All right. Well, y'all heard it here. And one thing that before I let you all the way go, cousin. So as you can see, I'm a lover of music. That's why I got my vinyls back here.
Yes.
I love music and I love to read. I'm really a book nerd.
Oh man, I
So
need
you have to tell me your favorite song or songs.
Yeah.
So your favorite song or songs, and either a favorite book, a quote, or just a mantra that you live by.
Oh man. Okay. My favorite song would have to be Sade, Sweetest Taboo. That is my song. I
Sade.
love Sade.
Yes.
And my favorite quote is "Patience is a virtue." I don't have a favorite book. I had a favorite book when I was probably back in college. I've been trying to get back on the horse of reading. I just recently got 2 new books. Soar by T.D. Jakes, and then I think it's The Millionaire Next Door.
Okay.
The Thomas Stanley. So I've been getting into those. I'm on the first chapter of both of them, but yeah, I don't have a favorite book.
That's all right though. That's all right. Look, your favorite book, it might be one you haven't read yet. So that's really dope. But definitely rock with that. Patience definitely is a virtue.
Yeah.
'Cause and the thing, the way I look at it is the more time that I have, it's the more time I have to perfect this craft. So,
Yeah,
and to learn all the knowledge that I can. But yes, let me find out that you was like into the soul music. Come on, Sade.
Oh, yes, I love it. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Sade, I do. I love it. Well, thank you again so much for being here with us. This has truly been an honor to have you on the show. And like I said, sending you nothing but vibrations of abundance. I know that you're going to do some great things because you definitely have the talent, and I'm super excited to see. I'm excited for all of it.
Yeah.
I'm right now, like, yes, cousin. My cousin did that. Yeah, that's my cousin.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for having me. Thank you. This was so dope. I appreciate all of this.
Yes. So y'all heard it right here. Make sure that you follow us. Follow Conscious Kingdom, of course, at Conscious Kingdom. Follow at Freedom Podcast. But make sure that you are following our new cousin as well, so you can be bragging on JoJo like all of us already are. Okay. So make sure you follow her. I will put all of the information in the description, of course. And y'all make sure that y'all come right on back next week, Brown Grandmama in them house, because we're going to have another cousin that we can talk to and learn their journey, because the beauty of being a Black person, a Black creative, all of our journeys are unique and beautiful and include so many spaces for inspiration.
Yeah.
Her testimony, my testimony, we all need to share it because we all can encourage and empower each other. Thank you so much for tuning in. Peace. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Freedom. I really hope that you enjoyed our interview. And like we said in the beginning with the word of the week, make sure that we are mindful of what is going on, not only for us here as Black Americans, but all Black people across the diaspora, whichever one. But just make sure that we are doing our part to spread the word about what is happening in Nigeria right now. #EndSARS to help our Nigerian brothers and sisters in their fight to end police brutality. Thank you guys so much for supporting this podcast. Again, it is powered by Conscious Kingdom. Make sure that you check out the website. We have all new fall inventory. So all of your sweatsuits, honey, all of your crew necks, all your hoodies, we got all of that. So make sure that you check it out at shopconsciouskingdom.com. And thank you so much for the support. Again, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, tell a friend, tell your mama, tell your aunties.
all of that. Because your support is truly, truly helping to manifest my dreams. So thank you guys so much. And like we say each and every week, remember to live life conscious of who you are, conscious of who you want to be, conscious of who you are and what you serve to others. Be mindful of what triggers you and what pulls you outside of yourself to go into a world or go into emotions that don't become you. Be mindful of all of those things. And find this week specifically, find something that just makes you happy. Find something that makes you smile, something that takes you to a good memory or something that's nostalgic for you. For me, it is my music. So we're back. The vinyls are back. Betty Wright is back. I'm going to get up off of here, y'all, and I'm going to go listen to Clean Up Woman and After the Pain while I pour me a glass of wine, honey. So thank you so much for tuning in. Again, I am Monica Makita, your favorite black ass cousin. And make sure that you come back on next Monday because, of course, it's Mondays with Monty. And we're going to have a brand new cousin for y'all. And Cousin's Couch, whatever. Make sure that you check us out. If you're interested in being on the show, DM us. Again, the page is at Freedom Podcast or at Conscious Kingdom. Thanks so much for your support. See y'all next week. Peace.